Alright folks, welcome to another exciting STEM 101 lab. In this one we are going to be building an LED edge lit sign. So we look at what our final product is going to look like here. We have a LED light. I'm going to turn it on and illuminates. Okay, we're going to be customizing our own design and we're going to be soldering up all the electrical components. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we want to do is identify that we have all the correct materials. In your kit, you're going to get an LED base. Okay. In this kit, or in this base, you're going to see 3 holes for mounting. You're going to see a pocket for mounting the LEDs. You're going to see a pocket for the battery, and then you're going to see a through hole for the push button. There will be a piece of clear acrylic that goes on the back, and then there'll be 4 holes to mount. You should have 3 LEDs, 1 9-volt battery, a 220 ohm resistor, a push button switch, your clear acrylic panel, 4 screws, 1 Allen key, a 9-volt battery pigtail, a cardboard template if needed to help you solder your LEDs together, solder, wire strippers, and a soldering iron. So let's get first started with getting our soldering iron tinned. So your soldering iron should be plugged in, and what we want to do is we want to take our solder and you're going to place it on the tip. You'll notice it is smoking a little bit, so don't breathe that in. I always tell my students to breathe it out. Okay, breathe out through your mouth and blow that away from you. Okay. It is a great idea to always work in a well-ventilated lab. So what tinning the tip does is it's actually preparing the tip so that when we start to put solder on, it'll transfer to our electrical components much easier. So if you're new to the electronics game, what soldering does is it takes this piece of solder and it heats it up to a liquid state, and then it attaches electrical components together so that it can create a solid electrical circuit. So I'm going to push that soldering iron out of the way. Next thing I want to identify is the type of circuit that we're going to be building here. So if you look on the screen here, there's a breakdown of the actual electrical components. Okay, so here we have the LED light sign wiring schematic. Let's go ahead and go through this. First of all, this is a series circuit. What series means is that all of the components are in line with one another. So if any one of the components are broken or do not work, this circuit will not work. So starting at the battery, there's a 9-volt battery supply. Attached to that 9-volt battery supply is a pigtail. That pigtail has a red lead and a black lead. The red lead is positive, the black lead is negative. So from the battery, we're going to go to our push button switch. The push button switch has no polarity, so it doesn't matter which orientation it's in. The red lead of the battery will go to the push button, and then the anode, or the long end of this first LED, will go to the push button. Okay, that's going to connect. Let's take a look at what a LED looks like. So an LED is a light emitting diode. A diode has polarity, so it does matter which way that the 2 wires are facing. The long one is the positive, it's called the anode, and the short one is the negative, called the cathode. So when I have my 3 LEDs here in series, the anode, or the long, is always on the left. The reason that it's on the left is so that it can connect with the short end, which is on the right. So positive, negative. You can see here I have these bridged together. Okay, positive is touching the negative is touching the negative. So now we're going to go to our resistor. The resistor is 220 ohms. Okay, this does not have polarity either, so it doesn't matter which way that they're connected. The short end of the last resistor, the cathode, will be connected to the resistor, and then the other end of the resistor will be soldered to the black wire on the battery. So there's our basic circuit.